I cannot and I don't want to learn different kinds of financial calculators. And B, read the manual and see this thing is a much better financial calculator. I'll give you an example, which something we're going to use quite a bit in different contexts. Let me go to my fall 24. Oh, it's in a different place. Okay. Here's an example of a sheet they built during the class, and we're going to build something like this. My business 302 students from before have seen this. Um, this is basically a fancy way of using GoalSeek without actually going through the menus. I mean, the basic stuff. Let's get out of solar mode. I can do present value or future value. Okay. Let's say do a present value of an annuity. It pays 7% monthly, and it's going to pay 20,000 for 7 years. Right there in the left-hand side formula is the answer. If you want to change that to 12, or you want to calculate the future value. So for 7 years, every month, you're going to save $500. You can earn 12% on your investment. And you also started with $20,000. And at the end of 7 years, your balance is going to be that future value. If you're doing financial planning, these kinds of calculations are done a lot. But sometimes you want to do things like, I want to, and we're going to do this more complicated version next week, but let's do a complicated retirement planning problem. Okay, I have $10,000 already. Okay, and I know what I need. I'm gonna work for 40 years. After working for and saving for 40 years, I'm gonna retire. I wanna collect $5,000 a month for the following 30 years. And at the end of those 30 years, I still want to have 5 million bucks in my account for whatever reason. Either give it to your grandkiddos or simply show the balance to them and say, you ain't getting none of this or no inheritance for you. Okay? You basically donated right in front of their eyes to some cause you have. Or you think, maybe I'll live more than 30 years, let me have some cushion, whatever the reason. So we know what we want. After 40 years, I want $5,000 a month. And at the end of 7 years, I still want $5 million in my account. You can earn 12% while you're saving, which is something you can do if you invest it into average large cap fund, historically at least, something like S&P 500 index fund. But during your retirement years, you can earn at most 5, let's say 6, some sort of investment grades bond fund, corporate bond fund, historically would give you that. So these are the parameters. Can we solve that problem algebraically? Sure. It'll take about a page and a half of algebra. It ain't that complicated. It's just tedious. to solve that problem, depending upon your handwriting. If it's small, maybe 0.75 page. Okay. If you're not careful like me, it may even take 2 pages. I'm going to show you how to solve that problem in essentially 3 clicks after I enter the inputs with this sheet. Okay. We're going to solve this problem by going to the end first. First, I'm going to figure out how much do I need to have in my account when I retire 40 years from now, given the requirements. So that means I'm going to do a present value problem. I'm going to earn 6% monthly. I will get 5,000 and 5 million bucks, and I'm going to do this for 30 years. Okay. That means in order to afford that cash flow profile, I need uh, 1,664,000 and some change in my account. Now I know what I need. The only thing I don't know is how much do I need to save per month per month. Can we do that using payment function? Sure. But once you get to know me, I like doing things civilized, right? Okay. I'm not going to make you do things using 4 different functions. PMT function to find payment, rate function to find the required rate, uh, NPER function to find how long. Who cares? Now, that's going to be my target. I'm going to copy that, paste the values to my, oops, that was formatting, not the values. In fact, I'm going to undo those. Oops. Now I'm going to ask the following question. What is it that I don't know? Periodic payment. It's going to be now a future value problem. I'm going to find the periodic payment where I earned 12%. I don't know what the periodic payment yet is. I have $10,000 in my account and I'm going to do this for 40 years, all right? As long as I'm in setup mode, nothing gets done. This just calculates the, what you want to call, future value of those inputs. Again, if you're uncivilized, you could try things, something like that. Or if you're civilized, go to solver mode, you're done. Okay. That's it. If you save $40.60 every month and you're starting with $10,000, and 40 years from now, that's going to become 1,664, just like you need it. Suppose you couldn't earn 12, maybe you could earn 8. Once you're in solver mode, any of the inputs change, the whole thing is calculated automatically. And I'll show you how to do that to you guys. It's called making calculations on change. Now, if you can only earn only 8, well, you're going to have to save a little bit more. Oddly enough, that 12% compounds a lot compared to 8. Or alternatively, you know how much you can save. Let's find out the APR. I know I can save $350. what is the minimum APR that I need to earn during my saving years that will allow me to get to my target, 841. That means I don't have to take a huge risk, right? If you can save 400, 804. I'm a financial planner. My client comes to me and says, I can save 400 a month. And here are my requirements in retirement. I'm going to say, don't put everything into stocks. Maybe do, I don't know, 70/30, something like that. So you can figure that out. During the year, we're going to look at historical behavior of different asset classes anyway. In fact, we're going to do a lot of discussions during the class about that. You know, just because you can earn higher returns with small stocks doesn't mean you should. You don't have to. If all you need is an 8% average return, they have it in small stocks. But if you want to have some sort of play money somewhere, I'll take risk then. Sure, why not? But all this is done using very basic Excel skills. There's some coding involved, and I'm going to show you how to do it, but it's not that complicated. I mean, let me show you the most complicated code that's in this thing. This is it. It's basically